Peace, family. How we doing? How we doing? Another day, another dollar. Man, one thing that I realized, bro, like over the years, like as I've developed myself and grown, that really like habits are way more powerful than like motivation, right? What I mean by that is like if you think about it, like having like a morning routine or like a daily routine is important because you have, you build that consistency, you build that, direction and leading yourself consistently into the same path, right? But then not only that, you get more discipline, right? And you get more focus, especially depending on the task that you're doing in the morning. Especially if there's those things are enhancing like your mental and your focus. That's one of those things that's one of the benefits that comes with that is alone is like, okay, I'm reading 10 to 20 pages in the morning. That's deepening your focus, right? Because to be able to sit down and read pages of a book now, especially in today's now time in 2026, it's not easy. It's very difficult and hard, right? Because we have all these other ways of stimulation, deeper stimulation than reading a book. You get the instant answer, you get the dopamine spike, and you get to constantly do it. And so you get it constantly. So uh, being able to understand like, okay, reading is deeply valuable in my routine because I'm deepening my focus. And it's not necessarily just only being reading, it could be a multitude of things, right? But then you look at it as you become less stressed because you have less decision fatigue. You know exactly what you want to do. You're more intentional throughout your day. You're putting in these meetings and calls and texts, what you got to make with people on your calendar. You're less all over the place. You have more structure, you know what I mean? And then you know when to rest and when not to rest because you have a task for that day. Instead of trying to do 30 tasks in one day, you get done 5 or 3 that essentially will help you get further across to where you need to get to. And then it also just helps you with trusting yourself and confidence. You gotta think, if you're consistently telling yourself something and then doing it, you're teaching your subconscious mind that this is truly me. This is the truth. You're really believing what it is that you're doing, and you're really trusting in yourself, right? And that creates confidence. That creates self security in yourself. Now, some of us don't really know what we should be doing for our routine. What should be in it? I would say like waking up at a realistic time because everyone's schedule and situation is different. You may have work early in the morning. You may get off work, later, but you basically want to have this routine be a thing that you do before you start your day off, before you do anything else. This is the momentum. This is what is leading the day and making the day successful, giving you energy, momentum, positive thoughts, positive feelings. This is the key to that, right? So we wanna emphasize water, hydration. It could be tea, it could be a smoothie, it could be something that's healthy, that's gonna help energize your day. They give me a lemon ginger shot with turmeric. All of these different remedies and things that can really enhance your morning to make you, more cognitively more focused or more driven throughout the day. And then I would say just moving around, getting activity, and that could be working out, going to the gym, going on a run. It could be just as simple as just dancing around, but you want to move the body. Even just going on a morning walk will be very beneficial. I would say journaling, right? Journaling throughout the day, and there's different things you could journal about. You could journal about how good the day is going to be. You can talk about those things, and then also reading. Reading, man, is the most detrimental thing because you read in the morning, you're getting some knowledge and wisdom, but you're also deepening that focus for the day. It's like mental reps. Practice before you hop in the game. Before you get done, start doing those projects, you go to work, you'll have that deep focus and be able to actually comprehend things and become more present, which is going to help you. What's going to help you, handle your energy throughout the day and your focus of what you're focusing on. I would definitely say healthy food for sure. You don't want to wake up eating bacon, and you want to wake up eating all these heavy foods. You want to wake up eating light fruits, vegetables. You want to, a smoothie. You don't really want to wake up breaking your fast, eating some crazy sausage, bacon, egg. You don't want to. You don't want to be going crazy. You want to keep it very chill so that you can actually be able to have more energy, because those things, the heavy foods, will just keep you kind of more drained and more tired. And then you also want to reflect, really reflect on the day, of how you want to move throughout the day, how you want to act, how you want things to go throughout the day. You want to start small. We can do one habit at a time. You can stack a few habits, but you don't want to change everything drastically or crazily, because then you can get burned out if you're doing too much, and then you can become inconsistent by doing that. So you want to actually have more progress over perfection. You don't want to be going too crazy on that. I've seen a lot of people where they do a habit for 6 months straight, and then they just go on a splurge of just avoiding the habit and just not doing it at all, because they were unconscious to the decisions that they were making, but also because they were like putting too much work on themselves. So I think one of the biggest mistakes is waiting for the perfect time, or like waiting for motivation. There's really no perfect time, and you don't need motivation to start becoming the person that you already are, right? There's no need for that. I would definitely say, yeah, waiting for motivation and copying somebody else's routine. Like, their routine is what works best for them. So you need to be able to find a routine that works best for you. I can give you guys tips and tricks of what to do, and you can look up different videos, but you want to find a routine that works the best for you, right? And you don't want to make it too complicated. Like, it's really just about you figuring out what works best for you and trying to see what is the most like reliable, convenient way. And bro, you don't need to give up after one day. Like, say you miss a day of not doing your daily habit, it's like, okay, bro, it's fine, just get back to it. That's where a lot of people mess up, is they think, oh, I messed up, I can't do it, I can't trust myself, things like that. We don't want to have that. So we have to actually change like our mindset when it comes to like having these consistent routines and throughout our day. So we got to understand that, like, first of all, the routine is what builds your identity. It will build your confidence and your self-trust, and that's a part of even loving yourself. Looking inward on yourself and pointing to yourself is an amazing thing that you can do. So just understanding that's what routine comes with and the benefit of that. And then the small actions compound; they continue to grow. Right? It's about being consistent, man. Right? It's about, even if it's you doing the routine every other day of the week, and then eventually getting to every day. Those actions over time really will change how you act, how you think, how you feel, and just also keeping promises to yourself. Like, you keep a promise to yourself by showing up every day and doing what it is that you need to do to love yourself and feel appreciated throughout the day. And when you win the mornings, you win the day. When you wake up in the morning, you make your bed, you brush your teeth, you take a cool shower, you meditate, you read, you're not on your phone, and then you're getting projects done, you're doing what you need to do, you're working, you're taking care of your mental. That's when you see the change. So your future is built today. Yo, my bad for the stuttering. Your future is built today, not tomorrow, not 3 weeks ahead from now, not whenever you get this or whenever you get that, but it's today, right? We think that we need to have a nice car, we need to have a lot of money before we can have routines and be successful. That's not true. Build a life, not just a schedule. Actually, really point to your purpose and do other things that you enjoy to do. This habit is a part of your identity, but it's not your whole identity. So make sure that you're pouring into other things that you're passionate about and that you genuinely do. And consistency, it beats intensity, bro. Like, the intensity of things will vary and change, but being consistent throughout, not being able to feel the best, and just becoming more resilient through those times is what's gonna help. So what's one, guys, put this in the comments, what's one daily routine that we already do, and what's one that we will incorporate based off of what we learned from the video, or just that we want to incorporate on our own? What is one of those things that we can do? Waking up at 5 in the morning, taking a cold shower, journaling, meditating, reading, going for a walk, going for a bike ride, doesn't matter. Comment down below. Peace, family. How do I end this?